Okay, welcome to Team Zoom, you guys. We do these every single Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can always count on them. You can always plug your team into these. They're so fun. They're full of tips and tricks. They're full of, actual ways to build your business. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to dive into some ways to start making money right now. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Kim Kane, and I am your Triple Diamond Upline. I have been with It Works now for almost 6 years in the fall. And you guys, I joined this business afraid and nervous, just like probably some of you have, right? You don't get started with this, some people do, but it's very rare that someone joins a business like this and says, man, I'm going to be like the best at it. I'm never going to have a bad day ever. That's very unheard of. People, when they get started with something like this, they're taking usually kind of a risk. They're kind of feeling it in their skin, and they're nervous and they're afraid, but they're like, you know what though, I need change. That's usually why people get started, is because they're trying to pay off a wedding, pay off debt. They need the extra income for bills in life, or they just had a new baby and they can hardly afford diapers. It's all different kinds of reasons. So as I'm, talking, put in the chat whether you're new or old, why did you start It Works? Because what's crazy about this business is you might start for one reason, but you stay for another. I started this business with an eviction notice, a 1-month-old baby, a factory job that I was working 60 hours a week. Guys, I was being evicted. I was so busy. I was literally at my lowest low. I was only 22 and I had my brand new baby and all this stuff going on. And I couldn't believe this is what my life came to. We were in so much debt and I could barely afford groceries. So I always said, thank God for WIC. And, because Eric was only a month old, so formula was covered, and it was hard. I didn't expect to do the things I've done within my business. I didn't expect to do all these things. I joined for an extra couple $100 a month. I was like, it would be so cool to pay for diapers, gas in my car, and some groceries. That would be super cool. And all it took was me hearing this one person say that she was making $2,000 a month from home. I was like, if she can make 2,000, I can at least make 200. You guys, I was an atheist. I had nothing going for me. I was literally, when I say my lowest low, I mean my lowest low. And I was like, it is not going to go up unless I make that so. I had to make the decision to change my life. No one else could. No one else could make that decision for me, unfortunately. It had to be me. If you don't like something, and that goes for anything. If you don't like your hair, cut it. If you don't like the weight you gain, get rid of it. If you don't like the people you're around, cut them out. If you don't like the life you're living, change it. Period. It's not up to anybody else. It's up to you and God, right? So I am just so excited to get y'all started and to shout some of you out. I'm just drinking my collagen. I'm super parched. Give me 1 second while I read some of these comments. These are so good. You guys, look at these comments. It just goes to show, hold on. Sienna's double diamond, and she said friendships, coffee, and $500. You just never know what people are going to do. Debt. Tabitha's get her nails done. And that's funny because she came to me and legit was like, I just want to be able to get my nails done. I'm like, okay, let's do that. Started because I saw Courtney making $5,000 from her phone a month. Yes. It's usually someone else's journey that finally inspires you to do it, right? So let me ask you this. Are you inspiring people, or are you just remaining complacent and being quiet about what you do? Because it's usually your inspiring story that has people go, okay. Example, Lena's on here. Lena finally messaged me and was like, let's go. Tired of seeing you working this and doing good at it. I want that. And I'm like, let's do it then, And so you just have to be willing to share your story over and over and over again, because you're going to have people watch you for 2 weeks and say yes, 2 days and say yes. And sometimes it's going to take 5 years. It's okay. And so I want you guys to know that you need to be sharing your story. But before we get into tips about how you can be so successful, y'all, I had to write these names down because or else I would be forever scrolling through my eSuite, and holy guacamole, there's a lot of names. So welcome to the team. Just going to run through it. Jasmine, Heidi, Laura, Christy, Sam, Lena, Morgan, Allison, Serena, Nikki, Chester, Dresha, Katie, I can't even read my own handwriting. Jonna, Courtney, Megan. We've got Angelique. My goodness. Angelique, Hannah, Katie, Alicia, Melanie, Kiana, Kala, Kala, I don't know. Anthony, Chris, James, Kaylee, Susan, Dan, Julie, Arnisha, Megan, Jesslyn, Courtney, Sue, Kara, and the last but not least, and I probably can't pronounce it, Shajnet. I don't know if I said that right, but so I am so excited, you guys. I wanted to say welcome to you guys personally, because when you join this team, you're not just a box, you're a person, and we're so excited to work with you. So there's a reason that we ask you to plug into these things. It's not so that you can take a part of your Sunday night that we all love so much and waste your time and be bored. It's so that we can help fill your cup. So I want to know, like, well, I already know your guys' why, and I want you to know that if your why is strong enough and it makes you cry, it makes you emotional, put that why, stick it up somewhere, and really get after it. I love that every single day for 6 years now, I have never not worked my business. Never. I've never not worked my business. And the reason why is because I think about, what if I don't? What if I don't? And my job is fun. So if I don't, I'm just being like stupid. You know, I'm just like, that's just ignorant, right? Because this job is fun and it's actually very simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. And so when I think about not working my business, I think about, literally in my head, I automatically go, Kim, does that factory job sound good again? Does leaving your 2 kids at home does that sound good? And I'm like, no, it does. Like, I talk to myself, I'm like, no, it doesn't. Okay. And I will work my business for an hour or 2. And all it is you're inspiring people with your journey. You're asking people if they want to join, and you're offering these products. That's it. We're paid to do 2 things: sign up loyal customers and enroll new team members and coach them to success. That's all we're paid to do, is help people with the products and offer the opportunity. That's it. So you need to figure out which ways work best for you. And it's going to be trial and error. Can I just say that right now? You're going to have moments where you're like, well, that didn't work and that sucks. Okay. Do you quit? My son didn't quit when he peed on my floor the first time I put him in underwear when he was potty training. He didn't quit. He wasn't like, wrap it up, diapers. We're going back to diapers. No, we stuck at it. We remained the course, and I made him keep going to the potty, and he was potty trained in 48 hours because I didn't give up on him and he didn't give up on potty training. It's the same thing with your business. If it doesn't work and you pee your pants a little bit, oh well, figure out something else. Do something new. Figure out something else. And let me tell you this, if you're posting or messaging and it's a script from someone else, people can see that usually when it comes to the business. People can see that. They're like, that didn't even sound like him. So if you're not being yourself, you will not be as successful as you want to be. So, God made you for a reason, and quit trying to be whoever else you're around. It doesn't work. It doesn't work out whether you're doing a business like this or you're just trying to be the best you can be. It doesn't work out. So I'm going to look at the chat every once in a while, but oh man, Chelsea, I got tips for days if you want them. Y'all, I don't play no games when it comes to potty training and getting kids to sleep. All right. So you're new. Okay. Let's say you're new. I want to see in the chat, how long have you been in now? Whether you signed up with this $50 promo kit or you signed up a long time ago. How long have you been doing this business? Because I will say this, if you're new, 6 months, Jenna, I literally can't believe that. I for real cannot believe it's been 6 months. What the it feels like it's been like 2 months. But then I feel like I've known you for 10 years. So yeah, none of it makes sense. Okay, so 40 days, 2 weeks, I like that she said 40 days, not a month, but 40. She's like, let's get it. 1 month and a half, 7 months. Yes. Y'all, I've been doing this 6 years. Can you guys believe that? My whole entire kids' lives. So when I say this business works if you work it, it sure does. You just have to be willing to grow and become the best you that you can be. People follow people that know where they're going. Okay. I promise you that. Join Friday. Welcome. That's exciting. Now, your first goal, and I hope that you guys watched my welcome video. That kind of explains everything. Most everything, but I'll kind of, in a gist tell you what your first couple goals are. So you got started and you spent either $99 or $50. Either way, blessed, right? You said yes for a reason. Once you start to forget why you said yes, you'll start to kind of not see as much progress because you're forgetting why you said yes in the first place. So keep your why right in front of you. Write it on your mirror. Hey, Taylor girl, how you doing? So write down your why. Put it on your mirror. Put it on your piece of paper and stick it to your car dash, whatever you need to do. Maybe your why is your kids and you're like, I just don't want to leave them. Maybe you need that kick in the ass that says, get to work then. by putting your why on your dashboard. Okay. Or maybe your why is just, hey, I really want to make an extra $2,000 a month. And you just put that dollar sign right in front of your face so that you never forget what you're working towards. Because it's not about the money. It's about what the money can do. Don't get it twisted. This world that we lived in, it's not about the money and the material things. It's what we can do. You know, I used to feel guilty for saying my next money goal is $20,000 a month. For what? What you need that for? It's not me. It's other people. It's about what other people need with the amount of money I can do, or with the amount of things I can do with that amount of money. It's giving back. It's paying for people's Christmases and groceries and getting people out of homeless shelters. And you guys, I grew up very poor. I have 8 siblings. 9 of us all together, single parent. You know, we've lived in homeless shelters. We've lived in a 2-bedroom trailer. We've been through it where macaroni and cheese was all we had for like 3 days straight. I've been through it. I want to help people like my mom. You know what I mean? You have to think about, to the core, what is this income really going to do for you and your family? Really, what is it going to do? I don't give a shit if it's buying you Air Forces. That's not cute. That isn't going to be strong enough. That isn't going to make you hustle as hard as you need to. It's really in your core, when you really close your eyes and you listen to your heart, what would whatever amount of money that you want to make, what would that do for you and your family? Maybe you don't have kids yet, but you want them. Start saving, you know, whatever that might be. So I want to know in the chat now, what is your next money goal? And if you're new, you're like, I didn't have one to begin with. Okay, what is your first money goal? Is it $500 a month? Is it $200? Is it $2,000? A month? Is it $5,000 a month? Is it $10,000? Is it $20,000 like me? Is it, I mean, what is it? $500 a month is a big deal. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. It's a big deal. $500 a month. I mean, that was a lot when I first got started, especially. Oh, I love it. I love seeing it. 8,000. Courtney, get it, girl. 2,500. See, 500 is very popular because a lot of people have their mindset. I mean, that was my first goal was 200. So I was even less than that, but it's so crazy how our mind closes off even 2,000. We're like, no, there's no way. I don't think I'm capable. Like, I don't think I can do that. Right. If you're being honest, that's what you should be in the first place. Right, Brooke? Be honest. Be honest with yourself. What would really, I mean, just blow your mind. Just blow your mind. You guys, I've looked at, like, I remember like looking at cars that I knew I couldn't afford, but man, I was manifesting. I'm like, one day I'll have it, you know? And so I was looking, I was touching it. Okay. So I need to pay for a wedding. Yes. Okay. So your first goal is you got started. I have ADD. Hi. Your first goal is you get started for $50, maybe it was $100, whatever it was. And it sets up your auto shipment automatically now. So, I have a fun announcement soon. Speaking of Kaylee in a minute, I have a really fun announcement in a minute. Okay. So it sets up your auto shipment on its own now. So automatically you're setting up your auto shipment for a bag of our skinny wraps. So 4 body wraps and a bag of our skinny coffee, keto coffee. So that comes with 15 individual packets of keto coffee. It automatically does that because people just don't know how to do it. And so it does it for you, but you can go back in and you can edit it. If you need help doing that, I need you to reach out to your upline. I need you to do that. Not want you. I need you to do that because I do not want to see y'all getting something you don't want. And if you don't want those things, you're crazy. But some people don't want those things, and that's okay. But let me tell you why we run an auto shipment. Because I know some of you, I mean, when I enroll people, they know exactly why. They know why we're running that auto shipment. But if you weren't enrolled by me, maybe you were enrolled by someone who was kind of new too. And so I want to explain to you why we run that auto shipment. Now I'm going to ask you guys to turn off your video unless you're naked or going potty. Turn off your video for a minute so I can see some faces because I like to feel alive when I'm on these Zooms. Just for a minute. I want you guys to hold up your hands when I say something. Heather. Okay, so, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh my, I was like, you do look a little weird. That looked weird in the background. Okay, so now that your guys' videos are up, keep them on, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. Who is excited to use the products? I'm still excited every day after 6 years. Who's excited to use the products? Okay, who is like, man, I don't want to sell products that I haven't tried, that I don't plan on trying. That's silly, right? Can you guys agree with that? Like, it's silly to start selling a product that you're not even using. That's silly, right? Just like head nods, just like, yeah, or thumbs up. Like, isn't that silly? I want to say stupid, but I won't say stupid. Silly. That's silly. I don't let anybody join my team. I've had people say to me, oh, I don't want to run an auto shipment. I'm like, why are you joining my team then? Why are you like, so you want to sell these products, but you don't want to like have your own testimony? That doesn't make any sense. Wait, that's like joining a makeup company and saying, but I'll probably never wear makeup. Okay, good luck. People are going to buy from people that are doing their makeup every once in a while. You know what I mean? So if you're like, I want to turn my video back off, go for it. But I wanted to see a raise of hands and wake you guys up for just a little bit. So I was genuinely very excited to use these products. When I got started, I was, okay, hi, my kid was a month old. I was a brand new mom. My stomach looked like it needed some help. I had no energy. I was like tired. You know, I was a brand new mom. So when someone told me that we carried a skinny wrap, immediately I wanted to try it. Immediately. I wasn't that skeptic person. I was like, you know what? I don't give a shit. If it can work in 45 minutes, girl, let me watch that, dude. Let me watch. I want to see that. I was very excited to use these products. So when I first got started, I started to order. I was very poor. You guys know. I was very poor. We could not afford life. And so what I did was I set it up for a bag of skinny wraps and I sold all of them every month. I made $100 back. And then my other product was greens. Because essentially when I made that my auto shipment was free when I sold the wraps. So do you guys get what I'm saying? Like I was gaining my own testimony with the greens, which was making me more passionate. Let me give you guys an example. Instead of going up to people and saying, hi, my name is Kim and I do It Works and we have these really cool things called greens. You should try them. People are like, why? Why should I try them? And I'm like, I don't know. I've heard they're great. Okay, they don't care. You just lost them because you just sound like you're just trying to sell something, right? You just sound like you're trying to sell something. But when I started to take the greens, and I've taken them every day for 6 years, no exaggeration. And when I started taking the greens, I seen how actually good they tasted. I actually saw that they were a very fine powder, like people said. I started to feel major increase of energy, and I started to lose weight. I was really excited about that. So yes, Jessica's like, yes. So guess what? My message then looked like, girl, have you tried the It Works greens before? Because let me tell you, they work. I am so excited about them. People were like, tell me more. So hi, run your auto shipment, gain your own testimony. If you can't afford it, that's why you need this business, right? If you can't afford it, start earning bonuses with this company. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Or make sure that you are ordering wraps or keto coffee and selling them to make a profit. Whatever you got to do, but start using at least 1 or 2 or 3 things a month for yourself. The other thing can be wraps or keto coffee, again, for you to sell and make a profit. I don't care. But do you see why we have you run an auto shipment? You're using the products and then you're getting paid for it. So that's not it. We don't just say, hey, set up an auto shipment and then run it. No, it makes you commission qualified. If you don't run your auto shipment every month, you risk not getting your bonuses and your paychecks and your shopping sprees. That's silly. That's silly. I had a business, luckily, I don't know how or why, God, I had a business mindset the day I started. I was like, well, yeah, I want to use the products if I'm going to be successful, you know? And yes, Lena, see, watching your results was what convinced me. Exactly. People are watching. Thank you, by the way. People are watching your journey and they're waiting for you to fail. Show them that you're not going to. Show them that the wrap really did do what it says it does. Can you imagine talking to your like super negative friends and family that say this ain't gonna work for you? Like, it just did. And you can take a seat. I loved that. I loved showing people. They're like, why are you so energetic? And like, why have you lost so much weight? And I'm like, keto coffee and greens every single day. And they're like, what? So you just need to be willing to be vulnerable. Sharing my first before and after picture was not cute, you guys. It was not cute. Oh, I still am like, I see it and I'm like, oh boy, that was bad. I let myself go. But I shared it because, man, people were like, okay, if she can do that, I mean, I can do that. So imagine using these products and having a testimony, whether it's verbal or picture, whatever. It makes your business that much more excited. It makes you that much more excited. And it's just fun. These products are freaking awesome. I don't go a day without them. So I love the products. Make sure that if you don't want the wraps and the coffee in your auto shipment, that you're getting a hold of your upline and you're changing it so that it can be something you do want. Maybe you're like, I really want to try the skincare. Girl, I don't blame you. That's my favorite stuff. I use the cleanser, toner, preventage, and lip and eye every single day. I don't go a day without it. So Mara said, only gaining 16 pounds full term had my family turn into believers. Yeah, she just had her kid and she only gained 16 pounds the whole time. Like, and that's because she was drinking the coffee and greens, like a lot of it. So that is step one. You got started, you set up your auto shipment or you edited it, whatever you needed to do. But now we need to move on to getting your customers. So this is where we start to think about all the people that you love and trust, and they would buy dirt from you, and you're just like, hey, I know I can talk to them. Some people have a list of 5 people. Some people have a list of 20. I had a list of like 0. So I started to reach out through social media. But some of you will start with a warm, we call it a hot market, okay? Which is like your closest friends and family that you see all the time, that you're always in contact with. Your warm market is like, my associates and high school buddies. Your cold market is the entire freaking world. And that is where you become successful. Did you know that? You will not be successful if you're only counting on your hot and warm market. That dwindles out, that disappears, right? You only have a small amount. But your cold market, girl, that's all 7 billion people in this world. Talk to them. If you don't, I will. Period. So you have to be willing to talk to them. I wish I could give you guys a visual, but like imagine hot market, warm market, cold market. Okay. And so that's everybody. That's the girl at Meijer that just had a transaction decline. And you're like, can I talk to you for just a second? I really want to add you on Facebook and tell you more about a business opportunity that I have, because I've been there. I've had my card decline. Can we just chat for 1 second? So yes. So 4 customers is your first goal. That's step number 2. Think of 4 people. I want you to think of more than 4 people, because not all of them will say yes. So think of more than 4 people that you can reach out to immediately. Girl, don't waste your time. Don't say I'm waiting for my kit. Don't say, oh, I'm just waiting to see what people think. Nobody cares what people think. Stop. Nobody cares what people think. So 4 customers, think of people that you can reach out to right away. I have my newbies get started and talk to people like right now, like right this second. And I just say like, I'll give you guys a sample message because I do have one that I saved. I'm actually, well, let me see. New DT text. Okay. No. So wait. New DT text 1. No, new DT. I just changed my text replacement. Hold on. Okay. So I say, and I'll like copy and paste this or something. Hey, blank, I'm not sure if you've seen my post, but I just started my own social media business. I'm looking for personal testimonies about our products from people that I trust. And I was wondering if you would be interested. I'm able to give you a huge discount in return for your feedback. You'll get 40% off pricing and money back towards future purchases as a 90-day discount product tester. We have a huge variety of products, something for everyone. I know we can find something you'll love. What do you think? Or you can end it with, could you help me out? When you're talking to your friends and family, they're more willing to be like, yeah, what can I do? Like, you know, they're a little more willing to, and that helps you become confident. You just signed your first customer. Then you sign your second one. You're feeling like, okay, I can do this. And then you start to grow a little more and you get outside your comfort zone and you sign people you don't know. And it feels so good that you're helping people with these products genuinely. I feel like I have cold market, right? That's okay, girl. There's nothing wrong with cold market. That is not a bad thing. I did too. I didn't have a warm or hot market. My family still doesn't support me. So I'm going to send this to Mara. Hopefully she can put it in the chat. I just know that she's probably on her phone, so that would be really convenient. So I'm going to have her, if she will, put that in the chat in Zoom so that y'all can copy and paste that and start sending that to your friends and family. If you need to tweak it a little bit, if you need to like make it your own, and maybe you're like, that doesn't sound like me. Okay, tweak it, but you get the gist, right? So 4 customers within your first 30 days. But why wait 30 days? Why like go that long when you can do it within your first 72 hours to a week? You can do that. You can totally do that. It's if you are truly asking people, you're good. You'll do it really quickly. So 4 customers within your first 30 days. And those are people that want to try the products at your 40% discount for 3 consecutive months, minimum. I know some of y'all are writing that down, so I'm gonna give you all a second. A loyal customer is someone who wants to purchase the products from you at your 40% discount for 3 consecutive months at least. They can order whatever they want. There's no minimum and there's no maximum. They can get one thing, they can get two things, they can get five things, they can get the whole catalog. I don't care. Nothing disqualifies you, as far as your product goes. So for customers within your first 30 days, but let's do it sooner. Let's do it quicker than that. Let's get your $100 shopping spree. Don't miss that. I did. I missed my shopping spree 6 years ago. Stupid. I don't know how I did that. But hey, see, you can like mess up and still be successful. So I just didn't. I don't know why I didn't. So I'm here to help you not do what I did. So 4 customers within your first 30 days so that you can get that $100 product shopping spree. And you can spend that on whatever you want. If you're like, man, see, Stephanie, people aren't going to know certain things. I'm glad about me not getting my 4. Yes. Isn't that funny? Well, it's not funny, but yep. So I did not get my shopping spree, but then I signed Joe up and I got his shopping spree 5 months later. So, okay, $100 shopping spree. So like, what would you use? And if you're outside of your 30 days, yes, you're disqualified, but now you know to get your newbies started and help them achieve that, okay? So what would you order with that? TFX, keto coffee, a bunch of keto coffee. Maybe you're like, I really want coffee, greens, and TFX. Or I really want to try the skincare, but I don't have the money quite yet. Okay, that's what the shopping spree is for. Okay, so that's step 2. And you're also going to get some product rewards, which means for every 2 customers that you enroll right under you, you're going to get a bag of skinny coffee or a bag of wraps or a bag of facials for half off. And you get 2 of those when you get your 4 customers. So you could be like, all right, I'm going to get some facials and wraps for half off. Whatever you want to do. So you're going to earn that $100 shopping spree and 2 product rewards, which is pretty cool, just for completing step 2. And don't forget that as you're doing this and you're signing up team members, you should be helping them do the same thing. Complete step 1, step 2, and then let's talk about step 3. So step 3 is so fun. In the chat, where are my rubies and above? Where are my rubies and above? There's a fly in my house and it is driving me crazy. So where are my rubies and above in the chat? Just type me. I want to see. Okay, beautiful. Look at you guys. It's coming through. All right, so rubies and above. So your ruby rank, you're making like $400 to $500 extra a month. Holler. Heather said holler. I love it. Okay, so ruby is the 3rd pin level in the company. Okay, 3rd pin level in the company, and it's making on average $400 to $500 extra dollars a month. I remember thinking there is no freaking way I can do that, but that would be so cool. And then I did it in 3 months because I realized how very simple this business truly is. And that's back when it was harder to go Ruby. The charting was a little bit different. So I'm going to show you guys a Ruby chart real quick, just so that you guys can have a visual like I did. I didn't play no games when I first got started. I didn't have an upline. I didn't have people helping me. Or cheering me on. So I opened up my eSuite, y'all, and I just dug deep. So I had my charts in front of me all the time. I knew exactly what I needed. I wasn't guessing. I wasn't hoping. I wasn't, placing people in random spots. Like I knew what I needed and I was going to get it done. I was going to get it done because my family needed that. So I'm going to share the screen with you guys. Hold on. All right. So here's a Ruby chart. And this is how you can start making $474 a month on average. It's having 3 qualified legs and 2,000 in total group volume. So what 3 qualified legs? Okay, a qualified leg is someone who has at least 400 in volume, essentially meaning that they have a pretty decent amount of customers. That's all that means. Or they have, distributors who have customers. It can qualify as anything as long as it's volume. So you're looking at this you person is you, obviously, and this qualified leg, this one and this one are your aunt, your sister, and your best friend. Get them started, help them complete steps 2 and moving into step 3, and you're going to go Ruby. That's how simple that is. It's really, truly that simple.
I said, where'd you go?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, so it's that simple. Going Ruby is an extra $474 a month on average. And it's that simple. It's that simple. So get it done. And if you don't have a chart like this, like especially if you haven't hit Ruby yet, go print that chart out. Stop hoping and wishing and like you don't really know what you're doing or where you're placing stuff, but you're just working. You should know exactly where you're putting things. If you really want to hit Ruby, you should know exactly where you're putting things. So you're going to need help charting, sure, and that's what we're here for, but have your chart out. There's nothing more irritating than when someone says, girl, I'm ready. And I'm like, no, you're not. You don't even have your charts. You're not ready. You don't even know what you need. Girl, go print your charts and then we'll talk. So print out, go to your eSuite, click on Documents, type Ruby in the search bar, and it'll pop up Ruby rank chart. Go print it out. Okay? Ruby is a big deal. It separates the boys from the men. If you go Ruby, I know you're serious, and I know you want this, and I'm willing to work with you. If you're just like pussyfooting around it and you're just like, I want it so bad, but like it doesn't come, okay, well, until I see it happen, okay, go Ruby. It's a big deal. And it is so awesome to make that amount of money from your phone every month. And then it's just up from there. Then it's Emerald. Then it's Diamond, which is $2,000 a month. Then it's Double Diamond, which is on average $4,000 to $5,000 a month. Then it's Triple Diamond, $7,000 to $8,000 a month. Then it's Presidential, $15,000. Ambassador, $32,000 a month. You can do that. We're all doing it together. And that's what's fun. So that is steps 1, 2, and 3. Getting started, paying for your kit, setting up your auto shipment. Step 2, 4 customers. Step 3, 3 team members. It's that simple. That simple. So if you're keeping it that simple, you'll be successful. If you're overcomplicating everything and you're overthinking and you're just, it's not easy. It's not simple when you're overcomplicating it. When you're answering questions that people didn't even ask you. You know, you're giving them all the information up front instead of letting them slowly ask you questions. So that is like just the 3 steps, okay? And I want you guys focusing on that. Focus on that. Help your team focus on that. Still to this day, 6 years later, I just get people started and I help them complete steps 1, 2, and 3. That's it. I don't do anything crazy. I have them watch my welcome video. I put them in Better Together, and then I help them reach out to people because that is how you sign people up. If you guys are not willing to make the ask, the answer is always no. People think it's just going to come to them. It's not. It's not. People aren't just going to magically appear on your website and order stuff from you or join your team. They need to see you. They need to see you using the products and creating your own story. They don't need to see you be successful, but they need to see you starting to become successful. Paying for your gas, paying for the diapers, buying groceries without a credit card. They need to see you actually trying and being consistent. You know, one of my favorite people in this business is Morgan Martin. She's one of my best friends. She's only 4 or 5 years old, and she is a presidential diamond with the company, making about $15,000 to $20,000 a month. And she literally got started and just kept sharing with people that she wanted to pay for gas. She just wanted $100 a month for gas. She literally shared it all the time. Then she started to do it. People were like, oh, okay. Then she did that. So she was then trying to pay for school in cash. And she would just constantly post about that. I'm going to pay for, schooling with cash because if it works, I'm going to do it. She would constantly, people were like, okay. And then she did it. And they were like, oh. And then she said, I'm going to buy a car, cash. And then she did it. And then she was like, I'm going to do the things. And then she did it. And people just kept watching her. Actually, she's still, like, to this day, she is on her Facebook page, Instagram, talking about her next goal, which is ambassador. She's missed it the past 2 months, but she's still like, I'm going for it. And people are like, okay. And they're joining her because she knows what she knows. And people trust her because she knows where she's going. And she means it. She's working hard. So you have to be willing to share your journey, even if it isn't to you much of a journey. It wasn't for me either. I joined and I would literally post about selling a wrap. I was like, oh my gosh, I just sold a wrap for $25 and I'm about to put gas in my core. I would be hype, so hype about it. Because it was, for me, we were so poor. So for me, $25 just in wrap cash at the gas station meant the world to me. And I would post about that. Now I get to post things like, hey, I've got my niece over tonight. at the drop of a hat. My sister needed me to watch her at 11 p.m. last night. She was like, can I drop her in the morning? I'm like, yep. And I get to post about that. I get to say, listen, instead of worrying about going back to work tomorrow on a Monday, I'm just going to be chilling with my niece who's over having a sleepover completely random. Didn't expect that at all. But I get to say yes to more things because of this business. I get to tell my family members, yeah, she can come over. We'll have a sleepover. We'll have fun. We'll do the things. And, you know, I get to post about stuff like that. And people see that and they're like, why are you not hating Mondays anymore? Why do you post about Monday being your favorite day? Why are you always so happy? Why are you paying cash for this? Why are you doing this and that? Why'd you get a new car? How are you able to do that when you don't even work? And when I tell people it's because I work from my phone, they're like, oh my gosh, what? Let people just stalk you and be curious. And then be willing to ask people along the way. If you're not asking them, I promise you someone else is. I asked a girl to join my team this month that I for sure thought was going to say no. But I ask everyone. So I ask everyone. But I for sure thought she was going to say no because she told me no about the products. So I'm like, she's not going to join my team. She did. And she did it after asking me a lot of questions. And it was so cool. Huge win. Be willing to ask people. You never know. Like, people judge me all the time, still to this day, because I have tattoos and weird hair and weird glasses and a nose ring. But like, thank God someone did ask me to join this business because I was praying literally for a blessing. I was praying for an opportunity to work from home, to make money from home. Stop making the decision for other people. That is my biggest pet peeve. Oh no, she ain't gonna want to do it. She ain't got the money. She ain't got the money. She ain't gonna do it. She's not gonna. I promise she won't. Well, how do you know? I'll ask her then. Let me ask her. You don't know people's life. Quit making people's decision for them. That suburban mom that you can't stand, she's negative because she freaking hates her relationship and she just is miserable. She is praying for friendships, which she can get with this business. Stop making the decision for people because you're scared. Don't project that on them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hold on, wait. Scroll back up. What the heck? Sienna said, I've signed 8 people in a week because I asked. Yes, I signed 8 people the month I went diamond. That's a trendy number. I'm telling you, like, that is a trendy number. But yeah, 8 people because she asked. People were like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm asking. That's what I tell people. They're like, Kim, how? I've signed 5 people. How? I've asked. There's no secret. It's just that I've asked and I was willing to share my story for even just 1 minute and then tell them how they can get started. That's it. Either they will or they won't. You can't say the wrong thing to the right people. You can't. You could be a complete hot mess when you're speaking. If you're talking to someone who truly wants to work from home and make money, they'll say yes anyway. I promise. Shout out to Taylor and Jenna. Yes, my biggest downfall. It's okay. Make it not your biggest downfall. I watched a few people join someone else's team because I didn't think they would. Yes. Wow. Isn't that truth? I just told someone that you don't know. You never know. I looked like a freaking homeless person when I joined this business. And I'm not kidding about that. If I find the picture, I will share it Better Together. You wouldn't have asked me. None of you. Sienna definitely wouldn't have asked me. I just feel like me and Sienna probably wouldn't even known each other. Me and Kaylee probably wouldn't have known each other. And you guys wouldn't have asked me. You would have been like, yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm going to go over here and not talk to this freaking weirdo. But I started and I went diamond in 5 months. In your face to the people who didn't ask me, right? And I remember someone saying, man, you should have joined my team. And I'm like, too bad. So sad. Too bad, so sad. Yeah, that's a great message, Sienna. I love that. And you just have to be willing to be bold. I give someone a compliment. Sometimes I even voice message. I'm like, hey, girl, listen, guys, just be you. It's not you don't need to make it complicated. So I will literally voice message and say, hey, girl, I know this is so random. And I'll have kids in the background. Y'all, this is not a joke. And I'll literally go, Eric, shh, while I'm voice messaging. So that they know that, hi, I'm a real person. I'm not a scripted, I'm a real person. So I will literally say, hey, girl, I know this is super random. And then I'm like, shh, Eric. And then I'm like, anyway, super random. But I was wondering if you've been watching my journey. Like, I love what I do. I get to stay home full time with my 2 kids. It is such a blessing, such a blessing. I couldn't imagine not doing this. And I wondered, because I think your personality is so great. I love seeing you in my newsfeed. I wondered if you'd be open to more info about what I do. That's it. You don't have to be like, are you open to more info? Here's a compliment. This is why I do what I do. Compliment. Here's why I do what I do. Would you be open to more info? That's it. Why are you making it more complicated than that? The wrong kind of message is, hi, I'm Kim, and I've done It Works now for almost 6 years, and I love what I do, and I make money from social media, and right now it's $50 to join, and I would love to get you started. Would you be interested? Like, stop. Wait, no one even, that wasn't personal. That wasn't meaningful. You didn't even make it about them. So they're like, no, thanks. No, I'm good. Thank you so much. But when you're like, hey, girl, I see you in my newsfeed all the time. I think you're so cool. Your hair is gorgeous. Your kids are freaking cute. You're living a life kind of like mine. I wondered if you'd be interested in open to more info about what I do in working from social media. Would that be something that interests you? You know, or I'll see someone post about how much they hate their job, and I'll be like, hey, listen, I hated my job too. Have you ever thought of making an income from social media? No, cold messaging is when you're cold. Cold messaging is when you're like, cold. Hi, it's $50 to join my team right now. Do you want to do it with me? That's cold. There was nothing warm about that. Back then, cold, the term cold, like cold calling, is when you're talking to people you don't know. If they're on your Facebook or Instagram, guess what? They know you. That alone makes it not cold. They're following you for a reason. They like you somewhat, or they wouldn't be your friend. Cold is when you don't have a clue who they are, and when you're being cold. You're like, hey, super scripted, super not like, yeah, that's cold. Or it's going up to someone, yeah, completely different. You don't even know, and you're like, hello, and they're like, who are you? They don't want to talk to you. They don't even know who you are. My favorite way to message, I'll give you this last tip, is even better. Okay, if they're your Facebook friend, it's not cold messaging, but even better, take it up a notch. If they're liking your posts, viewing your stories, commenting on your stuff, that's my in. That is my in. I'm going to message you and I'm going to ask, and I'll literally say, hey girl, I see you stalking my stories. I see you viewing, and I will literally, hey, I see you viewing my stories. The other day I had over 800 views on my stories, and I went down. I didn't get to all 800 people. As y'all can imagine, that's hard to do in 24 hours, but I'm constantly growing my network. So I always have new people to reach out to. Thank the Lord. So on Instagram and Facebook, you're always growing your network. So that makes it so that you have new people to talk to, right? So I had a lot of those 800 people were people I've never had a discussion with. And so I messaged a lot of them, and I said, hey girl, I see you viewing my story. Can I have a conversation with you real quick? And all they would say is, yeah, what's up? And I would be like, hey, so I don't know if you've seen, but this week it's half off to join my team. And I think you're super cool. I would love to tell you more about what I do. And I'm half the time messaging that because I don't have time to type. I don't want carpal tunnel. So I do a lot of voice messaging, and that came with growing a pair. Okay. No, it is definitely frightening to go live the first time. It is definitely, you'll shake a little bit when you voice message that first time. That's growth. You're welcome. You're welcome. Just like when you go to the gym and you work that muscle for the first time, you're like, shit, I'm about to pass out. Like, I think I might faint. I feel like Jello right now. You're welcome. You're strengthening that muscle. It's the same thing. Be willing to shake a little bit. Be willing to feel like you're going to pee your pants. That means you're doing something bold. That means you're asking someone that frightens you. Kaylee was my person that frightened me. I was like, oh my God, I do not want to ask her, but I'm going to ask her because she would change my business. And she did. Took a year of following up with her, but she changed my business when she did join. Yeah, and like I love just doing voice message. Yes, practice going live in the group. All I do is voice message. Voice messaging are great for actual warmth. Yes, it makes people go, oh, she's like totally cool. Like she's just a normal person. There's something about all of my analogies. Girl, that's all I got is analogies. So it's how I like when I go to Bible study and they use analogies, I'm like, thank you for dumbing it down for me so much. I'm so like a kindergartner. I am such a kindergartner. Okay. So, y'all, that's a little bit about social media. I'm not going to go on and on about that because we could be here all night with that. But if you're staying plugged in to the group, better together. If you're plugging into these every Sunday, oh my gosh, your mind is going to be blown every Sunday. Last Sunday, we had a top 20 income earner on my team Zoom. She was amazing. She gave great tips. She's such a warm person to be around. She's such a cool girl. So when you plug into these Sunday night team Zooms, you're always going to learn something new. You're going to walk out, you're going to quote unquote walk out of these team Zooms feeling more confident, on fire, like you can actually do the things. You're going to hear that one story that says, oh, yo, that's why I'm still here, is because I've heard stories that are similar or worse than mine. And I'm like, oh, if she can be successful, so can I. I mean, I'm sure some of y'all related to my story when I started the Zoom, right? And so you're like, oh, if this weirdo with no hair can do this, maybe I can too. Like, you just have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. You just have to be willing to get a little bit sweaty. You just have to be willing until you're not anymore. Y'all, I can voice message someone without a thought anymore. I can go live and girl, when I first went live, I was so nervous. If I watched my first live video, even my first few, I'm like, ew, that was so bad. Now I'm like, hi guys, what's up? And I'm like yelling at my kids the whole time. I'm like, would you sit down and be quiet? I'm just me when I'm on live video. And like, I have hair. I guess I'm kidding. Yes, and exactly, while you're on this Zoom, you can be messaging people from Facebook and Instagram. Like, this business is simple, y'all. It's how simple you're making it. Are you making it complicated? Guess what? It's going to be complicated to be successful, I promise you. But if you're just excited about the opportunity and you just let that pour into your friends and family and the people around you, people are going to, just like your love for Jesus. Another analogy, okay? I found God 5 months into this business, 6 months, whatever, I don't know. And it's been now, I mean, my Jesus journey has been going on for 5 years-ish. And people, yes, Mara, people, what was I saying? Oh my gosh. Oh, because I am a light for Jesus Christ around people, they get excited about God. They do. They're like, man, you're so, my relationship is still kind of new with Jesus, right? So people are like, man, it's so cool. Like, I've literally, people tell me it's so cool to see how new, and how exciting your relationship. It reminds me to treat it like new again. That's how I want you to, I influence people with my love for Jesus, and I want y'all to treat it like that. Obviously they're different because Jesus is everything, but like, inspire people, be the light, make it fun, talk about the business in not a salesy way. And people are going to be like, she's really excited about this. I just want to do it because she's so excited. Like, there's something going on in her life that I want to do. I want to do that too. Be that person. But we try to keep these around an hour long. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to welcome you guys to the team and say hi. But before we close out, I have a really excited announcement. So for those of you who don't know, we're doing a legacy retreat. I do them every single year for my team that is leadership or becoming leadership. Lena, yeah. That's so awesome. You're so sweet. Yeah, she knew me from high school, y'all. Whoo, that was a Kim y'all didn't want to know. Ever. I was not a fun person to be around. And I wasn't even what? Joe's looking at me like, even when he met me, I was not. I was not. I wasn't cute either. I was. So anyway, I do a legacy retreat every year for my team. And I've done it. This will be our 3rd annual legacy retreat. And they're so fun because we just spoil you, and it's just a blast. It's so much fun. There's gifts, there's surprises, there's team time. I look forward to it, probably because I'm a blue personality, but like, I look so forward to it every year. And I put these on. Last year it was rubies and above, but hey, good problem to have. My team is growing. So this year it is emeralds and above. And if you qualify as an emerald distributor in this company by July 31st, you get to come automatically. There's no other requirements. You just hit emerald by the end of this month and you are in. So, so far, I'm probably going to forget someone. I'm going to feel really bad, but so far I know like Jenna, Paige, Sienna, Kaylee, my mom, Amanda, I hope can come. Taylor, I hope can come. And is that it? Am I forgetting anybody? Those are the people coming so far. And if I'm forgetting someone, can someone please remind me? I just started writing names down, but anyway, I think that's it. So those are the emeralds and above on my team right now. And I'm cheering Heather on. I hope she can make it. Yes, I'm cheering you on so hard. So listen, those are the people that can come so far. you have until July 31st. And usually I rent a house. This is my surprise. I'm just really excited about it. Usually I rent a house, and I had one lined up and everything, and it was good and golden. And just like side note, there was nothing in Holland. For those of you who, nothing, absolutely nothing, because of Coast Guard. And I started looking 2 months ago, and people were like, you're not going to find anything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you freaking kidding me? Nothing. So then I had to switch the location to Lowell, and then I had to switch it to Lansing. So then Kaylee's like, why don't you just do it at my new house? And I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that. That would be so much fun. Like, she has this beautiful, brand new, big, beautiful house that I would totally book on Airbnb if it wasn't occupied by an entire family. So she's going to kick Cody out, and she's going to kick Graham out, and we are going to see his face. She's going to kick him out and tell him to go somewhere else. And we're going to have the retreat there. So, like, I'm really excited, because I'm not kidding when I say there was nothing in Holland or Grand Rapids, nothing except for apartments. I'm like, I don't want an apartment. So Kaylee was like, we could just use my house. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be so perfect, because for those of you who don't know Lansing very well, I do. I'm from there, and she's obviously from there. We're going to, it's going to be the same exact stuff. It's just Kaylee's house now. And so we're going to set it up beautiful, of course. There's going to still be a super fun surprise, super fun gifts. And there's so much fun stuff to do in Lansing, especially like in Old Town and Eastwood Town Center and Diamonddale area where she's from. I'm like over the moon. I'm like, oh, this works out freaking perfect, because I can't find a damn house to save my life. And I mean, there was a couple in Lansing, and I booked it. I booked a house in Lansing. She was like, we could have just used my house. I'm like, wait. Hold the phone. We still can, because why not? That's a perfect way to see her new house and celebrate her new house and celebrate you guys. And I'm just really excited about that. So that is where the retreat is going to be. I'm sorry if you're like, dang it, I want to see. It's probably like, I thought I was going to be in Holland, you piece of crap. So we can all carpool if you need to. And so it'll be super fun. I'm geeked for it. I'm so excited for it. And I just want to congratulate, the people that are already automatically invited. Mara, I am cheering you on. So yes, congrats to, Kaylee, Sienna, Jenna, Paige, and my mom, and Amanda and Taylor for just qualifying. I mean, I pray that, Amanda and Taylor can come, but even just for qualifying. Yes, Chelsea, girl, I'm cheering you on. I'm cheering all of you almost Emerald on. And so make me have to buy, I'm making custom made team gifts, or not, I'm not making them. God, no. I'm ordering custom gifts. So get to work so that I can write you down on my list and get you one made. But y'all, I'm cheering you on. So it's August 2nd through the 4th. It's completely paid for. Just make sure you bring cash for like dining out and, your own drinks and stuff. But there's going to be so much fun stuff to do. And last year's was, the year before that was really cool too. But last year's was like, I finally had it down, and it was perfect. It was so much fun. So I'm excited. Bring your people up. Decide who you're going to help promote this month so that they can come too. And you guys just get to work. It's fun stuff. So make sure to get on to Mark. I'm going to type his name here. Mark Pentecost is our founder and CEO. He's an amazing guy. Follow him on Facebook, and he's going to go live at 10 p.m. Eastern for our family call, and he's going to close out and start the new week on the right foot. And they're always so amazing. So make sure you're following Mark Pentecost and tuning into his live at 10 p.m. Other than that, that is it, you guys. Welcome to the team, all of you newbies, and let us know if you need anything, and we will talk to you later. Have a good Sunday. Bye, guys.